It's not hyperbolic to say that I'm going to blow your damn mind with what AI is currently capable of as of December 2023. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 18 months, but I guarantee you it's going to destabilize and interrupt and disrupt all of the industries known to man that your career is probably based in.
Welcome to the R.Y.S.E Movement podcast, a place where legends just like you learn how to raise your standards everywhere.
Welcome back to the first episode of 2024 for the R.Y.S.E Movement podcast. I'm Dave, and in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys all of the ways that I am currently playing with AI myself and all of the ways that are potentials to disrupt your industry and career. You need to future-proof yourself when it comes to all of the things that AI is covering. So I've got a notepad filled with shit that I want to go through here, because I can guarantee you, if you in any kind of service-based business that is doing a product, that is doing services, that is doing anything that is content-based, anything that is information-based, if you're a doctor, a personal trainer, a massage therapist, if you're giving out any kind of information that is held behind your time, exchanging time for money, going and studying, up-leveling skills and stuff like that, you're about to be in for a rude awakening. This revolution that we're going through right now is going to be so disruptive, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. Like, I'm so damn excited. I'm very, what's the word I want to look for? I'm hesitant because there's so many things that are going to change. Like this anxiety rectangle that you're viewing this through with your phone, we haven't evolved as a species to be able to deal with this freaking thing. Imagine what's gonna happen when true AI, when general AI takes over. I suggest listening to things like the Lex Fridman podcast with all of the AI experts that he's talked to. I suggest listening to the Joe Rogan podcast talking about the, I can't remember what the guys' names are. Anyway, the guys that went on recently in December talking about AI and all of the ways that we need to be careful of it and all these sorts of things. AI is here to stay, and it hasn't even started. Honestly, what is going on with general intelligence when it comes to general AI, we haven't even gotten to that point yet. That being said, we don't actually know if AI has reached sentience yet. That's a whole other topic. I'm not going to even go into there because I don't understand it myself. So why talk about shit that I don't understand? Here's what I do understand. So this is what I'm going to do. If you're on the audio podcast, I'm going to suggest that you jump over to YouTube and watch the rest of this podcast here, because it's going to be very interactive. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do whenever it comes to ChatGPT and all the different ways that you can use AI. So if you're on audio only on Spotify or whatever you're listening to this, take a pause, jump over onto YouTube and watch the rest of it, because this shit is ridiculous. Honestly, this stuff is so disruptive, it's not even funny. But you got to figure out how you can use it for your industry. So let's dive in. So I hope you guys are on YouTube being able to watch what I'm going through, because this part here is going to be mind-blowing. I'm going to go through my notebook and show you guys all of the different ways that we use simple things like ChatGPT. Not that ChatGPT is very simple, but all the different ways that we can use AI and how disruptive it's going to be. So jump over on YouTube if you haven't already. I've said that enough. We're just going to dive straight in. So this is OpenAI's home screen for ChatGPT. You can see over on the left-hand pane, these are all the different chats that I've had with the chatbot. This platform here is all about what you put in versus what you get out. So if you put shit in, it's going to give you shit back. If you are extremely crafty and careful and cautious and deliberate with the input that you give it, the output is going to give you much in line with what you're asking for. So if you say something like, write me a training plan for the gym, and it's very brief, but it doesn't go into details about what your goals are or any of these sorts of things, it'll give you a training plan, but it's gonna be dog shit. If you are damn specific, and I'm gonna show you guys examples of how to be specific and what you need to put into ChatGPT to be able to get great output, it will give you pure gold. So much so that I'm not going to be creating any training plans next year that are going to be for free use, gonna be for people to get for content and stuff like that, to be able to give them a helping hand. I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'm going to overview it. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to have a look at it to make sure it makes sense and that it's not going to hurt someone. But why would I put in all this time, effort into something that I've spent the last 13 years of being a personal trainer, being qualified, spending $60,000 plus on all the personal development, all the professional development, the training courses, the books, seminars, so on and so forth that I've done? Why would I put so much of my time, effort and energy, which is billed at $300 an hour, when I could do it in 30 seconds using ChatGPT. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to be doing it for that purpose. This platform is absolutely unbelievable. Like I said, you put in good input, you get great output. You put in shit, you get shit. So let's dive into it. So I'm going to do exactly what I said before, and I'm going to tell ChatGPT to write me a training plan for the gym. Help if I can spell. Boom. Ready? This is populating in real time. This is ridiculous. This is so damn fast. It's telling me what to do on rest days. Now let's go through quickly. Goal, overall strength and muscle building. That was an assumption. I didn't tell it to do that. That was an assumption. So day 1, upper body, warm up, 5 to 10 minutes of light cardio. Bench press, 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Bent over rows, 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Shoulder press, 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Pull-ups, unassisted or assisted, 3 sets, max reps. Tricep dips, bicep curls, and a cool down. What the hell? That would have taken, for me to write that would have probably taken a couple of minutes. That was done in 20 seconds. Day 2, lower body. This is a 5 to 10 minute warm up of light cardio. 4 sets of squats, 4 sets of deadlifts, 3 sets of lunges, 3 sets of leg press, 4 sets of calf raise, and a cool down. Day 3 is rest or active recovery. Go for a walk or do some yoga. Day 4, push-pull focus. Warm up, 10 minutes light cardio. Push-ups, lat pull-downs, incline bench press, seated cable rows, dumbbell flies, face pulls, cool down. Then full body day on day 5, warm-ups, compound circuits, cardio, choose one of your cycling, rowing, whatever it is, and then a cool down, active rest. It tells you progressive overload. These are the tips. Progressive overload, proper form, rest and recovery, nutrition and hydration. I spent $6,000 on my certificate 4 in fitness to be able to learn how to program like that in the bullshit fitness sense. This did it in 30 seconds. Do you see, as a personal trainer, where this sits in the market now? Do you see how disruptive this can be? If you are a general population and you're going out and you're looking for a bit of help with your health and fitness, go to ChatGPT. Ask it to write you a training plan instead of going to some uneducated personal trainer. I'm not saying I'm uneducated because I've spent 60 grand over the last 10 years of doing so, but there's so many dumbass PTs out there that don't know their ass from their elbow and program absolute dog shit, which is going to injure people. Go to ChatGPT. Watch this next one. Let's make it a little bit more advanced. Write me an advanced training plan focusing on rehabbing a SI, I better put a hyphen in, SI joint injury on my left side with a emphasis on glutes, abs, and conditioning. Watch this. This is going to populate a specific SI joint rehab, glute strengthening, abs and conditioning training plan that you can do for about 8 weeks. This is ridiculous. This is populated right in front of me. So let's go through. Day 1, glute activation and stability. Warm up, cycling, cardio, blah, 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 blah. Clamshells. Clamshells are an amazing exercise to be able to work your glute medial and your glute max. Clamshells are followed by bridges. Glute bridges, glute maximus, abs, lower back, amazing. Bird dogs, phenomenal exercise. Side planks, phenomenal exercise. Plank variations, amazing. That was day 1 for glutes, to be able to rehab an SI joint injury. Day 2, low impact conditioning. Warm up, then going onto the stationary bike or the elliptical, 20 to 30 minutes at a moderate intensity. Core work, leg raises, Russian twist, cool down. That's a pretty shit day. I'm not happy with that day. That's pretty fucking horrible. Active day on day 3, which is light yoga or some rest. Day 4, glute core strength. Warm up, 10 minutes cardio. Deadlifts, light moderate weight, 3 sets, 10 reps. Glute kickbacks, 3 by 15 each leg. Plank with leg lifts, 3 by 12 each leg. Ab rollouts, cool down. Like day 5, hit intensive day 5's high intensity interval training. It is a warm up of light cardio. Then 3 rounds of jump squats, mountain climbers, bicycle crunches, box jumps. Rest between each sets, 20 to 30 seconds. Cool down, stretching for the whole body. Day 6, active recovery. Day 7, rest or gentle mobility work. This is to rehab a SI joint, so sacroiliac joint injury. I've had a sacroiliac joint injury. I could do exactly this to be able to help rehab it. Now, additional tips, focus on form. Ensure proper technique in all exercises to avoid unnecessary stress on the SI joint. Progress gradually. Increase intensity and load cautiously to prevent re-injury. Listen to your body. If an exercise causes pain or discomfort, stop and consult a physical therapist or healthcare professional. Consistency and rehabilitation. Consistency is key in rehabilitating an injury. Stick to the plan while modifying as needed based on your body's responses. And then as a little caveat so that you can't sue them, always consult a healthcare professional or physical therapist before starting any new exercise regime, especially when rehabilitating from an injury. This plan is designed as a guideline and may need adjustments based on individual progress and comfort levels. Ridiculous. I could type in, here, this is a big one here. You are now a Czech Institute top level graduate. For those that don't know, Paul Chek is one of the greatest minds when it comes to health and wellness, when it comes to rehab, injury prevention, strength and conditioning, mindset, it's like spirituality. He is an absolute guru. He's probably not a guru. Guru is a shit word to be able to describe him. I'd say he's a polymath. He is an absolute expert. He's a bit woo-woo and he's a bit weird these days, but I vibe with that shit. So you are now a Czech Institute top level graduate. Write me a detailed, so the devil's in the details, a detailed strength, stretching, conditioning, help if I spell it right, conditioning, abdominals, and affirmation program that is alternating every other week. Done. So you're now a Czech Institute top level graduate. Write me a detailed strength, stretching, conditioning, blah, 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 blah. This is what it's come up. So ChatGPT 3.5 is the one that I'm using because I don't want to pay for 4.0. This here is scouring the internet for any written piece of work over the entire time of the internet. Paul Chek has written about, I think, 30 books now on strength and conditioning, nutrition, stretching, rehab, blah, 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 blah. It's going to go across and it's going to extrapolate every bit that is inside of the Czech Institute, every bit of book, every bit of written content that Paul Chek has ever put out, or anyone inside of the team at the Czech Institute has put out, and it's going to populate it inside of here. Day one, strength, warm up, dynamic stretching, compound lifts, deadlifts, 4x6, bench press, 4x6, pull-ups, assisted if needed, 3 sets, max reps. Accessory work, lunges, 3x10 each length, then bent over rows, 3x10. Cool down, static stretches, focusing on the work muscles. Day 2, conditioning, 5 minutes light cardio, circuit training, box jumps, kettlebell swings, battle ropes, burpees. Then rest in between, 30 to 60 seconds, cool light stretching, a cool down at the end. Day 3, active recovery. Day 4, abdominals and core stability. Like, this is, I've seen Czech programming. This is very similar to what Czech does. This is intense. Week 2, alternating week. Additional tips, nutrition, hydration, so on and so forth. Then if you were to go, you are now Ian King, and I want you to write me an advanced strength and conditioning program, but have it make adjustments for a L4, L5, L5S1 herniation, provide stretching and abdominals in detail, and provide why. Here we go. Ian King, one of the greatest strength and conditioning rehab coaches out there. This one here, consider it like, holy shit, this is actually really good. This is really, really thorough. Okay, so let's go. Considerations for herniation. Avoid heavy spinal loading, maintain neutral spine, focus on core activation. Day 1, upper body, warm up, 10 minutes light bike, elliptical, neutral grip pull downs or pull ups, dumbbell bench press. Fuck, I might actually do this program. This is actually pretty good. this is actually pretty good. The only thing that it doesn't tell you is like reps in reserve. It doesn't tell you RPE, so rate of perceived exertion, and that's pretty much it. Percentages of 1 rep max. They're the only things that it doesn't tell you. Day 2, lower body focus, herniation adjustments, warm up, goblet squats, Romanian deadlifts with dumbbells. It tells you specifically, maintain neutral spine. Like, it's ridiculous. As a personal trainer, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna say something else. Let's go Lane Norton. You are now Dr. Lane Norton, and I want you to give me nutritional guidelines that are for a male, 34 years old, 15% body fat, averaging 7,500 steps per day, sleeping 8 hours per night. What else is some more details that we can put in? Medium level stress. Training 5 times BJJ per week and 3 times weight sessions per week. Give me macronutrient breakdowns, percentages, and any other relevant, help if I can spell, information necessary. So this is a lot of details. So you're now Dr. Lane Norton. I want you to give me nutritional guidelines that are for a male, 34 years old, 15% body fat, averaging 7,500 steps per day, sleeping 8 hours per night, medium level stress, training BJJ 5 times per week, 3 times weight sessions per week. Give me macronutrient breakdowns, percentages, and any other relevant information necessary. Let's populate this bitch. This is lame. This is lame. Okay, macronutrient breakdown. Protein. Daily intake. Aim for 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. Example calculation. Body weight in kilos times 1.2 to 1.6. Purpose. Support muscle recovery, repair, and growth. Percentage of total calories, 25 to 30%. Carbohydrate, daily intake, 3 to 5 grams per kilo of body weight. Example calculation, body weight in kilos, 3 to 5 grams. Purpose, provide energy for workouts in daily activities, 45 to 55%. Fats, total daily calories. Calculate your own daily expenditure, TDEE, considering activity level, age, weight, etc., and adjust macronutrients accordingly. You can use an online TDEE calculator or consult with a nutritionist in a precise estimation. Meal timing distribution, aim for evenly spaced meals. Hydration, stay well hydrated, aim for 3 to 4 liters of water per day. Micronutrients, ensure a balanced diet of varies of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains to meet micronutrient needs. Consider supplementing if there's any deficiencies, but prioritize whole foods where possible. Stress management and sleep. Adequate sleep and stress management are crucial for overall health and recovery. Aim for consistent quality sleep and implement stress reducing practices like meditation, mindfulness, and relaxation techniques. Individual adjustment. These guidelines serve as a starting point. Adjust macronutrient ratios and total calories based on individual responses, goals, and body composition changes. Monitor progress, energy levels, recovery, and make necessary adjustments. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The amount of time that this has taken to be able to give me this is 3 lots of fuck all. It was 30 seconds and it was there. I'm going to say, let's go a little bit further. Using the above information, write me an example diet based on my goal of losing another 5% body fat, considering my body weight of, whoops, no, I'm not that anymore. I'm 107 kilograms and 182 centimeters. Here we go. Here we go. So meal 1, protein oatmeal bowl. 1 cup of cooked oats, 30 grams protein powder, 1 tablespoon almond butter, handful of berries. Macronutrients, 35 grams protein, 60 grams carbs, 12 grams fat. Mid-morning snack, Greek yogurt parfait. 200 grams Greek yogurt, 30 grams granola, handful of mixed nuts. Protein, 20 grams. Carbs, 25 grams. Fats, 15 grams. Lunch, grilled chicken salad, 150 grams chicken breast. Like, this is ridiculous. For me to be able to work out people's macronutrients and play around with my spreadsheets and everything like that, it takes me honestly an hour and a half to be able to do someone's training plan and nutrition guidelines. It takes me so damn time. And this, with all the data that I've put into it, remember, shit in, shit out, I've put in so much data and controlling the variables, and it spat out something perfectly, absolutely perfectly. This is ridiculous. So total estimation of daily macros are 175 grams of protein, 195 grams of carbs, and 72 grams of fat. So this is probably a 30% coming from protein, 60% coming from carbs, 55% coming from carbs, 72 grams of fat, and that's like 25 grams of fats. Estimated calories, 2,300 to 2,500 calories, depending on portion sizes and food choices. This is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So, as a personal trainer, if you've just watched the last 20 minutes of me going through ChatGPT, showing you how to use it, putting in inputs, getting great outputs, putting in data, so on and so forth, mimicking Czech Institute graduates, mimicking Ian King, Lane Norton, these sorts of things, this can do it all. If you don't have something as a business operator, as a personal trainer, that is going to make people come to you for the human aspect, for the service that you deliver, they can get it for free online. Pause for emphasis. If you're a personal trainer and you've just listened to me talk about all of the things that if you're a personal trainer and you have just listened to me talk for the last 20 minutes about the amazing things that ChatGPT can do for free, and you don't have something that is a USP, that is something amazing as a service-based business operator where people can come to you for your service, for all of the things that you spent tens of thousands of dollars learning, what are you in business for? If you don't have something that is differentiating you from something that is free as a resource available right now on the internet with ChatGPT, you're gonna go out of business. You need to make sure that you have something that is making you a cut above the rest, that is making it worthy of people investing into you. Every single year, I am constantly evolving, upgrading, and growing my skill set so that when people come and exchange their money for my service, that I can give them a wow experience every single damn time. I am so pissed off with the current state of personal training. Everyone is trying to become an influencer. You are doing yourself a massive disservice, and you're doing all of your potential customers a disservice if you don't have something that is unique that you can give to them to make them feel special, because personal training is personal first and training second. Always remember that you can be replaced with all of the information that you have inside of your head by ChatGPT in 30 seconds. Okay. Let's go on to a few little design things. So I use Canva. Canva is absolutely amazing if you pay for the premium version to be able to get access to a whole host of other things. But we're gonna come down here and click one of the apps. This is Magic Media. I'm going to say, create, no, I don't need to create because it's already implicit inside of that. Let's go manga-based muscular man with spiky, yeah, that's it. Spiky hair powering up. I'm a massive Dragon Ball Z fan, so I'm gonna populate an image that is going to take roughly 30 seconds to generate from the AI image generator and also video generator on Canva. This one here, it does come up with a lot of things that are like copyright issues and stuff, so it won't ever do someone, if you say Dragon Ball Z, it won't come up with Dragon Ball Z. If you come up with Superman, it won't come up with Superman. However, it will come up with something close if you say, generate me a superhero. So, looking on here, I don't know about you guys, but that looks pretty much like a copy between Jin Kazama from Tekken, and it could be like Broly, it could be, yeah, it could be a bunch of, here we go, here's a Super Saiyan, that's Super Saiyan Josh. That's Super Saiyan Josh there. Like, if I was to go into different styles now as well, let's go into a psychedelic version. Here we go, manga-based muscular man with spiky hair powering up. This is gonna take about 20 seconds, 30 seconds to generate. It's gonna start populating images, but it's gonna be with a psychedelic twist. Here we go, fantastic. Look at this shit. That looks fucking awesome. That looks awesome. That looks absolutely amazing. Let's cancel it. Let's go something different. Let's go neon. The neon images are pretty cool. The only downside with image generators that are AI based now is it can't do fingers. It'll give them like these weird claws, or it'll give them like 6 fingers, and it'll be deformities and stuff like that. Fingers are the one thing that is, it doesn't do very well. Damn, that looks sick. How nuts is this? That looks awesome. The faces get a bit janky on some of the image generators as well, but let's try another one. Let's go one that I've never used, watercolor. I've never used this one before. I have no idea what it's gonna look like. Oh man, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna populate a video too. I'm gonna put in Jordan Peterson, then it'll come up with a video. It's I've done it, like if you guys have paid attention to a couple of my, that looks shit. So I probably wouldn't use the stained glass. But anyway, if you guys have noticed some of my thumbnails for YouTube, they've been AI based. They've been image generated from AI on Canva. Like, who needs graphics designers? The tech is going to be upgraded and increased every single week, every single month, and it's going to get better and better and better. If you're a graphics designer, you should be absolutely terrified about this because this is going to take over your business. Let's go Jordan B. Peterson, frolicking through meadow. This is going to be interesting. Jordan B. Peterson, frolicking through a meadow. Let's see what it populates as a video. This is going to take a little bit longer. So it tells you, grab your popcorn, a brand new video inspired by your scene is being generated. It should take about 1 to 2 minutes. This stuff's ridiculous. While we're waiting for this, let's have a look at this. What's this one here? Here we go. This is an AI image generator. Let's go Dr. John DeMartini playing DJ Dex whilst giving a lecture on values. Let's see what happens when we do this. I've never used this, so I don't know if it's going to actually work. Music flow. You can make AI-based music. You can type in, I want you to create a drum and bass that is similar to X amount of artists, whatever artist it is, and it will copy that style and it will give you that. Create your beats with the power of AI. So it will populate drum patterns, it'll populate synth waves, it'll populate all of these things if you give it parameters to do so. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Here's one that I actually use. So this one here, this is called Submagic. It's a $50 a month USD subscription that I make all of my short content with. This one here, I'll click open this, how to good morning. This is coming up in a few, actually it'll be live by the time that this goes. So I upload this clip that I use using Premiere Pro and it shows me this. It gives me captions, it gives me sounds, it gives me a whole different things. If you go through, it copies Alex Hormozy's editing style from his video editor. It copies Mr. Beast. It copies some dude named Noah. I don't know who that is. But anyway, this is the one that I like. This is the one that you'll see on all of my content. And it does it all perfectly. Then you click on description and it comes up with an AI-based description to be able to copy into TikTok. It copy into Instagram, into Facebook Reels. All of these things take so little time to be able to do that all of a sudden, people that are copywriters, people that understand hashtags and timing and all these sorts of things, they go out the window. I've generated, I think it's about 60,000 views in the last month, thanks to me filming something, putting it into Premiere Pro, splicing it up, cutting it, doing basic editing on Premiere Pro, putting it into Submagic, and then letting Submagic do its thing, using captions, using descriptions and all these sorts of things, throwing it onto TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and then letting it go into the wild, putting it at a decent time so that the algorithm is going to be there when people are using the platform at around 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and then just letting it go wild, letting it do its thing. It's generating me business, it's generating me views, and it's allowing me to be able to sit back and not have to edit, because previously when I started the R.Y.S.E movement, it was taking me 20 hours a week to be able to edit clips just from the podcast, let alone all the shit that I've put on socials in the last couple of months. You need to learn how to use AI, guys. Otherwise, and this is just for my business, being a personal trainer and a coach, imagine what's going to happen inside of your business. We'll get into that. I know this has been a lengthy podcast so far, but we'll get into that. Okay, let's go back to this. Here we go. This is the video. Jordan Peterson. The face is a little bit janky, but you can see what I mean. Oh God, that's actually hilarious. Let's get Jordan Peterson. All right, here we go. let's get Dr. Jordan Peterson frolicking in a meadow. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna get rid of that because that actually looks like shit. Someone tag Peterson in this and just like let him see what AI is doing to his face. Look how happy he is. Look at him. Oh, bless him. Absolutely amazing. So that's what Canva can do, and that's with like, it's a brand new software that's only come out over the last couple of months. And to be honest, a lot of the images are shithouse, but as it evolves and as they grow and as they keep putting more code into it, it's gonna get ridiculously detailed. It's going to be, at a point in time, it's going to be indistinguishable from the real life to the AI generated images and videos. So that's Canva. Let's go into this one here. Okay, it doesn't want to do it. I guess it doesn't want to do it because I haven't paid for it. Anyway, that is what it is. Let's go into this one here. So this one's called Opus.clips. If you jump into this, you can get, I think it's 120 minutes worth of content for free if you just sign up with your email address. So this is a brand new email address that I haven't used before that I'm using specifically for this podcast here. And we're going to log in. I'm going to grab the code. You guys won't be able to see this because it's on a different screen, but anyway. Okay, verification code like this. And it's going to give me the option to have, you'll see it up here in the corner, I think it's 120 minutes. Start clipping, 7-day free trial, an hour and 30, they've actually updated it. So you get 90 minutes in a trial for a month to be able to drag and drop any video up here that's good for video podcasts, educational, commentary videos, product reviews, motivational speeches. When you put in a video in here, I'm not going to do it on the podcast because it's going to take an hour to upload. It'll come up with prompts for you to type in what is the content of what you're uploading so that it will go through using the machine learning to figure out where are the greatest clips that have hooks, that have captivating call to actions, that have all these things inside of the video. So it can be like an hours long video and it'll create about 8 to 15 different clips that have a different ranking to be able to go viral. I've used Opus Clips before. It's okay. A lot of the algorithms don't actually like the content that comes out from this. I don't know if it's something that goes in the metadata behind it, but when you upload something from Opus.clips up to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it doesn't pick up very well. If I use the sub magic that I was showing you guys before, it does it really, really well. It does it phenomenally, actually. So yeah, that's Opus.clips. I'm pretty sure it's about a $20 US a month, depending on your tier that you get to use. It's a decent product. It's not quite there yet. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it where it is now. I'll keep coming back to it and creating new free emails to be able to see if the software is working or see if it's upgraded, see if there's any new features. But for right now, where it is right now, it's not worth it. Again, music generator, music generator, music generator. We've got video AI generators. This one here, this is a decent website, Zapier. They do a lot of good reviews to be able to figure out what's a good software. And like, you just go through here, Descript, Filmora. I've used these guys before. They're pretty decent. They're fucking expensive though. And it tells you it doesn't have a free version. Like, start using it to be able to create your content. This here. I'm gonna show you guys something absolutely wild. It's a little bit risky, but I like risk. This part is absolutely wild. I've been doing therapy sessions with ChatGPT as a Jungian analyst, interpreting my dreams and giving me prompts to be able to go further into my own psychoanalysis. You are now a Jungian psychoanalyst that specializes in dream interpretation and archetypal extrapolation. I press enter. It says, diving into the realms of dreams and archetypes can be quite fascinating. Dreams often offer insights into our subconscious, and archetypes are symbolic patterns that resonate universally across cultures and individuals. What dream or archetype are you interested in exploring today? I'm really into the magician at the moment. Yeah, I'm into the magician. Let's have a look. And here we go. And it just populates. It's, The magician archetype. In dreams in the realms of archetypes, the magician embodies power, transformation, and mastery of the elements. This figure represents the ability to manifest desires, channel energies, and bridge the gap between spiritual and physical realms. When the magician appears in dreams, it is often signifies a call to tap into one's inner potential and creativity. It suggests that you possess the tools and the resources necessary to bring about the change or achieve your goals. Here's some possible interpretations when the magician archetype appears in a dream. Personal empowerment. The dream might be urging you to recognize your abilities and talents. It's an invitation to embrace your strengths and take charge of your life circumstances. Number 2, manifestation and transformation. The magician symbolizes the power to transform reality. Your dream might indicate the need to harness your intentions and energy to bring about positive change in your life. Hidden knowledge or insights. The magician archetype often represents wisdom and knowledge. Your dream may suggest that you have access to untapped wisdom or insight that within yourself that can guide you in your waking life. Taking action. The magician in dreams also signifies the need for action. It might be encouraging you to take proactive steps, use your skills, and seize the opportunity to achieve your goal. I am obsessed with the archetype of the magician at the moment, mainly showing up as who I have tattooed on my arm here, Odin. Odin is the all-father, he's the all-seer, he's the all, he's the totality. But he does something in Norse tradition that is frowned upon, that is poo-pooed, that is actually a sin for men to do. He's magic. He uses magic, he uses spells, he uses plant medicine, he uses things to be able to become the all-seer so that he can be the all-father. He goes above and beyond with his magical abilities against what are the traditions because he says that's his standards, that's what he does. There's so many stories of him deliberately going down, the main one where he loses his eye, going down to the well of Mimir at the bottom of Yggdrasil to be able to talk to Mimir, the severed head, and ask what he needs to do to become the all-seer, to become the all-father. Mimir then tells him, you need to sacrifice something that is so great to you, that means that you will be able to become the all-seer because of your sacrifice. So Odin sacrifices his eye. He rips his eye out of his head and gives it up to Mimir and says, this is a worthy sacrifice to be able to lose my ability to have perfect 20/20 vision. Mimir then says to him, you need to now hang yourself from Yggdrasil for 9 days and 9 nights and also have your spear Gleipnir pierced into your side. Symbology here, tree, cross, Jesus, symbology, pierced in the side with a spear. Anyway, it is what it is. The reindeers, Odin's horse Sleipnir, 8-legged horse. Anyway, that story there of his sacrifice where he hung on Yggdrasil for 9 days and 9 nights to become the All-Father, to become the All-Seer, so that he could have the wisdom of the runes to be able to read the runes perfectly and interpret them, and he became magical. He became the All-Father because of his necessary sacrifice. And I resonate a lot with Odin. I resonate a lot with becoming the All-Father because I want to be the All-Father of my family. So this here hits home for me. I'm going to type into ChatGPT and talk about my fascination with Odin. I have a massive fascination with Odin, the All-Father, and have him tattooed on my right arm after he hung himself from, oh, this is going to be fun, Yggdrasil, and sacrificed his eye for all the knowledge of the 9 realms. What does this mean in a Jungian sense? After knowing my fascination with the magician. This is going to be interesting. I've never done this before. Okay, so sometimes it comes up with prompts saying that this might be, might violate their policy. If you ever put in anything like sexual or dangerous or anything like that, ChatGPT will just delete it straight away. So be careful with what you've got. A good rule to be able to use ChatGPT if you're going into anything that's controversial or sexual in nature or anything like that, copy and paste the text so that you can edit it and so that you can word it a little bit differently. So here we go. The archetype of Odin, the All-Father in Norse mythology, holds profound symbolic significance, especially considering your fascination and its manifestation through a tattoo on your right arm. In a Jungian context, this representation can carry multifaceted meanings. Integration of wisdom and sacrifice, sacrifice of knowledge. Odin's sacrifice from hanging from Yggdrasil and forfeiting his eye in exchange for cosmic knowledge signifies a profound sacrifice for enlightenment and wisdom. This act mirrors the concept of sacrificing something of value for greater insight or understanding. Tattoo placement. The choice of the tattoo of Odin on my right arm, a visible and active part of my body, could symbolize a conscious decision to carry this archetype's energy and wisdom with you actively. That's 100% what it is. That's what that means to me. I've got goosebumps all over. Holy shit. The arm being a symbol of action and capability might signify commitment to embodying the qualities associated with Odin: wisdom, knowledge, and sovereignty. Psychological significance. In a Jungian sense, this representation might speak to a deeper inner longing for wisdom, personal growth, and the integration of knowledge. It could reflect a desire to explore and understand the depths of your psyche and the world around you. Absolutely. I have had such a fascination with the psychological world, with the spiritual world, with like doing plant medicines, meditations, breath works, and altered states of consciousness for, I can't remember, like I remember having visions as a child. Odin being the All-Father and what he means. I've got goosebumps all over me. Holy fuck. Holy shit, that it hadn't stopped. Odin being the All-Father and being such a powerful representation of like that archetype that I want to carry. I remember a couple of years ago, I was working with another men's coaching company, and I had this like dream for my life that I wanted to be the man that people came to see, like the old man, the long hair, long beard, the robes, and, you know, just like relaxing, and people came to me to seek wisdom. What I was projecting in that egoic consciousness was, I want to be Odin. I want to be the All-Father that people come and seek knowledge to. I wanted in a egoic sense, I wanted people to come, not like worship with me, but like talk to me and seek my wisdom. That was like an extremely immature, very egoic, very narcissistic version of what my dream is. Because I've told you guys on the podcast before, my dream for my life, my overall overarching goal for my life is I want to be 110 years old. I want to see 5 generations below me. I want to be able to get down on the floor and play with the kids and talk with them and experience 5 generations worth of family, because my family has been so shit up until now. I want to make sure that I have an amazing family, and anyone that carries my last name, they know that that's a absolute beacon to come back home. They know that that last name that I have, that my children will have, my grandchildren, so on and so forth will have, that means that's a compass to come back home. That means so damn much for me. In fact, like I'm thinking of creating some kind of like anagram or something like that of Odin or Odin's son or something like that, because Odin means so much to me. That's where I'm at, because like I'm removing the last name that I currently have, that I've had all my life up until now, and I want something that's me. I want something that is going to be my lineage, not what I have done before, because I'm the cycle breaker of my family and I cut off ties of everything. I heal everything in the generations prior because I'm the one willing to do the work. However, I'm also the one that is setting up my family, my lineage, because that previous lineage has nothing to do with me anymore. What happens in the future is up to me and the standards that I set, and I say, this is what the family's presuppositions are. This is where you stand upon. These are your values. These are your virtues. These are the things that you use to go out into the outside world. And always remember that that last name is your beacon to come back home. That beacon to come back home, that compass to come back home, and know that you will always have a spot at the table. You will always have a voice to be able to be heard. You'll always have an opinion that matters. You'll always have space in my heart and in my family, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you do. That's what that shit means to me. And this insight here, like I've never done this with ChatGPT before. This is so fucking profound for me. I'm having constant tingles of energy all over my body, which means that my neurology, that my nervous system is highly heightened right now. And I'm getting really interesting insights inside that I don't want to share on camera either. Like this is a profound moment in time for me. And I'm so glad that you guys are here for it. But like I have so much more work to do after I finish the podcast. I might, honestly, I'm probably going to eat some edible marijuana and go into a meditative state and see if I can sit with Odin, see if I can sit with Jackal, the tale of my unconscious, and see what I need to extrapolate from here, because this is really profound for me. Okay, so archetypal connection between Odin and the magician. Common themes. Both Odin and the magician embody aspects of wisdom, transformation, and spiritual insight. They represent the pursuit of knowledge, mastery over oneself and the environment, and the ability to navigate unseen realms. Personal quest. Your fascination with Odin, along with your interest in the magician archetype, may indicate a personal quest for self-discovery, inner transformation, and a desire to harness your own potential to affect change in your life and the world. Absolutely, that's what I stand for. That's what the R.Y.S.E movement's all about. Raise your standards everywhere is birthed because of this magician archetype. It's birthed from the lover archetype, but the magician is the one that's manifesting everything. Like, I've said this before and I said this again, I'll say it a million times more. This shit will be worldwide because I want you guys to have the feeling and the life of fulfillment and success and love that I have. I want you guys to have the relationship like I have with my fiance. I want you to have the fatherhood and the motherhood with your children and or your surrogate children or your adopted children or whatever it is, that you understand the absolute gift that it is to be a parent, the gift that it is to be a partner, to have a connected, intimate relationship. I want you guys to experience the same level that I have. My life is fucking amazing. I want you guys to just have every little piece that I have. Everything that I've ever learned, every hardship that I've ever walked through comes from this place of what this is talking about here. Individuation. Ooh, this is exciting. So if you're a Jungian or you understand Carl Jung and understand what individuation means, it means to become whole. It means to take all the fragmented parts of yourself and your psyche and integrate them into the one being. And that's what it is to be the All-Father for me. That is to be integrated and to be completely in the light archetypes, to make sure that I'm navigating all the unseen areas, like it said in here, to be able to make sure that I am integrated and individuated into who I'm meant to be. And that's honestly, that's the journey of the hero story. That's the hero's journey. Okay, individuation and self-discovery. Integration of archetypes. Your embrace of the Odin archetype through your tattoo, along with your interest in the magician, could signify an ongoing process of integrating these archetypal energies into your psyche. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I'm about to cry. This integration may serve as a guide for your personal growth and journey towards self-realization. Symbol of the personal mythology. In Jungian terms, this fascination and representation of Odin could be seen as a symbol with your personal mythos, a narrative that aids in understanding and integrating aspects of your own identity and aspirations. Final thoughts. Your connection to Odin and the magician archetype signifies a profound engagement with wisdom, sacrifice, and personal growth. It speaks to a journey of self-discovery, the pursuit of knowledge, and the active application of insights gained from the depths of the psyche. The integration may serve as a source of strength, guidance, and inspiration in your life's endeavors. Holy shit. That super profound, super somatic release right now. Tingles all over my body. I'm like beaming full of energy. It's, yeah, wow. So also on the tattoo on my arm here, I've also got Yggdrasil, the world's tree, the one that connects all the 9 realms. I've got it tattooed so that it's symmetrical. I wanted to get it a little bit further down onto my wrist, but I wanted to have it also so that I could have nice clean hands. Yggdrasil being perfectly balanced like this, it comes from a Carl Jung quote. That symbology of Yggdrasil being perfectly balanced from top to bottom, down to roots, all the way up to the top, comes from this Carl Jung quote. And the Carl Jung quote goes, "No tree, it is said, can reach to heaven if its roots don't reach to hell." And I have walked through absolute hell. I have walked with other people through hell. And I have returned and I have been able to sit with God, as you saw on a couple of podcasts ago. I've sat with God, I've sat with Odin, I've sat with Thor, I've sat with Jesus, I've sat with so many spiritual masters in altered states of consciousness, and I've had so many guides and so many mentors. That's what that tattoo means to me. So I'm gonna ask this with the meaning behind Carl Jung's quote. So I just typed in, I have a perfectly symmetrical tattoo of Yggdrasil that is based on Carl Jung's quote, "No tree, it is said, can reach to heaven if its roots don't reach to hell." What is the interpretation of that? All right, the tattoo of Yggdrasil, the world tree, accompanied by Carl Jung's quote, "No tree, it is said, can reach to heaven if its roots don't reach to hell," holds profound symbolism that aligns with Jungian psychology and Norse mythology. Symbolism of Yggdrasil, the world axis. Yggdrasil in Norse mythology represents the cosmic... I'm getting fucking emotional. This is such a profound experience, guys. Like, I know I'm a weird guy. I know I come across really weird, but this is such an amazing integrative experience for me, and I'm really glad you guys can be here for this. So Yggdrasil in Norse mythology represents the cosmic tree, the axis mundi, connecting different realms, the heavens, earth, and the underworld. It symbolizes the interconnectedness of existence and the continuity of life, death, and rebirth. Psychological depth. In Jungian terms, Yggdrasil can be seen as a representation of the psyche itself. Its branches extending into the conscious realm, heaven, and its roots delving into the depths of the unconscious, hell or the underworld. Interpretation of Carl Jung's quote, integration of opposites. The quote emphasizes the necessity for balance and integration between opposites. It suggests that something to reach the great heights of heaven, it must have strong roots in depths, hell. In other words, for spiritual growth or enlightenment, one must acknowledge and integrate both light and shadow aspects of the self. Fuck. Reaching heights through depths. This statement highlights the idea of personal growth, enlightenment, or transcendence cannot occur without delving into the depths of one's being. It's the acknowledgement and integration of our darker unconscious aspects that provide the foundation for higher consciousness and spiritual growth. The symbolic meaning of the tattoo. Personal transformation. Your tattoo depicting Yggdrasil along Carl Jung's quote could represent your own journey of self-discovery and personal transformation. It might signify a recognition of the importance of exploring and integrating both conscious and unconscious aspects of yourself. Balance and wholeness. The symmetrical nature of the tattoo might symbolize the quest for balance and wholeness, suggesting harmonious integration for both light and dark aspects of the psyche, leading to a sense of completeness. Final thoughts. Your tattoo of Yggdrasil paired with Jung's quote encapsulates a profound idea of integrating opposites, acknowledging the importance of exploring the depths of psyche, of personal growth and spiritual evolution. It represents commitment to the inner exploration, balance, and the pursuit of wholeness by embracing all aspects of the self, both light and shadow. I'm going to put into ChatGPT that I started crying, that I got emotional, and I had a massive somatic release, and I'm going to see what it says for integration. Okay, so I'm saying, whilst reading the archetypal extrapolation, I have had a massive somatic energetic release in my body accompanied with tears and overwhelming gratitude. What is the meaning and interpretation of this? All right, experiencing a somatic energetic release accompanied by tears and overwhelming gratitude while engaging in archetypal interpretations can be a profound and deeply meaningful experience. Emotional release. Unconscious stirrings. Your emotional and somatic response might indicate a powerful resonance with the archetypal insights discussed. Certain archetypes and symbolic representations evoke deep emotions and unconscious stirrings within us. Unveiling subconscious content. The release of the tears and the surge of gratitude often signify the release of pent-up emotions and the unveiling of the subconscious content. It's a natural response when something resonates deeply within us and we experience a profound connection with something that is a meaning symbolism. Symbology of tears. Emotional purging. Tears can serve as a form of emotional purging, allowing the release of stored emotions, tensions, or even unconscious blockages. This release can create space for healing and personal growth. Sign of catharsis. Crying can be a cathartic process, providing sense of relief, release, and emotional cleansing. It is often accompanied by moments of deep introspection inside a connection with profound truths. Wow. This has been super profound. I never meant, often whenever I go through these experiences, I don't mean for them to happen. They just happen. I create so much space in my life for magical things to happen because I'm in connection with the divine at all times. I'm in connection, like I said, I'm in connection with all the spiritual mentors, Odin, Thor, Anubis, my unconscious, Jesus, Buddha. Like, I've sat with so many different great mentors, energies. I'm super lucky and I'm super weird. I get that, guys. Like, this might be a weird podcast for you guys to get through, but it is what it is. I haven't even got through half of this shit. So let's wrap up with, instead of me being on ChatGPT and bringing in things like this, let's just talk about some solutions, okay? This stuff here, I'm gonna just shut down this and cool, all right, we're good. Okay. As you've seen from the profound things that I've shared through this podcast, just how much of an impact that it has in my life. And that's only like 3 different things that I've shown you guys around personal training and psychoanalysis, dream interpretation, archetypes, and stuff like that. on my page here, I've got things around doing weekly check-ins for personal training, life coaching, business coaching, relationships, so on and so forth. Asking for feedback, asking for steps, asking for action steps, specifically what you need to do next. So if you're looking for accountability, like you get from a life coach, like personal trainer, business coach, so on and so forth, they're giving you accountability, they're holding you to a high standard, they're giving you tasks and homework to be able to fulfill throughout the next week or whenever the next appointment is, so that you can return to them and tell them about all of the things that you've applied. Remember, knowledge isn't wisdom. Wisdom is applied knowledge. So you have to apply and embody it. You have to be able to understand it. So that's the point of having coaches of any kind, regardless, relationship, business, finance, blah, 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 blah. You can do that with ChatGPT. You can tell it that you're an expert business coach, you're an expert this coach, this coach, and it will give you prompts to be able to say, go do this in your life, go try this, use this strategy. Accountability, weekly check-ins, therapy, like I just showed you. If you're a graphics designer, you need to figure out how you can integrate ChatGPT or AI or anything like that into your services. If you're an author, actually, this is going to be wild. I'm going to show you guys this as well. I'll just wait for this to finish recording, but we're going to go into books. One thing that I'm going to be doing next year is I'm going to be writing children's books, but they're not going to be written by me. They're going to be written by AI. They're going to be illustrated by AI, and I'm just going to hand them off to like a publisher and just collect 2% if I can. This here is a game changer. If I can get a children's book written in the style of Harry Potter and then have it published very simply so that I can read it to my kids, and then get it published and illustrated and all the rest of it for really, really cheaply, and mass produce it so that I can sell it to people and make some money off it. Not very much money, because it's not created by me, so why would I have the rights to it? It's a very interesting conversation, isn't it? So musicians, filmmakers, I guarantee you, I'm going to mark this point here. It is the 29th of the 12th, 2023. This point in 2 years' time, I guarantee you that there will be a fully AI-based movie. Stars, directed, created, scored, edited, everything will be done by AI, and it will be a blockbuster. I can guarantee you that. That's what all of this SAG Actors Guild shit that was going on this year in 2023 was about. All of those problems were because people understood what I understand, that AI is going to take over. So why would you pay a bunch of actors? Why would you pay a bunch of editors? Why would you pay a bunch of writers, so on and so forth, to be able to do what AI is going to be able to do in the future? And I understand the human component of it, because I don't want my position taken away as personal trainer and coach and all these other things that I do. But we need to learn how to live with it. We need to learn how to integrate it. The next one is business coaches, like I said, lawyers, doctors, anyone that is rich with information, anyone that is rich with knowledge, watch out. Because if you are a knowledge-based business, you need to figure out how to use ChatGPT, how to use AI to be able to enhance things. So like I said at the start of the podcast, almost an hour ago, go listen to the R.Y.S.E podcast, go listen to Lex Friedman, go listen to all of the great guys that are on the forefront of AI, that are coding, that are making sure that they've got pitfalls and they've got safeties and things in check, because you need to pay attention to them, because this stuff is going to interrupt and disrupt all of your life in the next coming years. So I'm going to put in something that is really unhinged into ChatGPT, talking about books, authors, and illustrators. I'm going to get ChatGPT to write me a short story with some of the most convoluted, separate entities that have been parts of my life. So let's go. Write me a story, help if I can spell, that is based on, let's go, Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, who is married to Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and they have gone through dimensions to meet the, here we go, the T-1000 from the Terminator, but it is a good Terminator helping humanity stop any potential climate crisis and educate billions on what it means to be mindful and meditate. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so write me a story that's based on Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, who is married to Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and they've gone through dimensions to meet the T-1000 from the Terminator. But it's a good Terminator, helping humanity stop any potential climate crisis and educate billions on what it means to be mindful and meditate. Let's see what it comes up with. Once upon a time, in a multiverse far beyond the reaches of our known galaxies, a unique convergence occurred. Gohan, the valiant warrior from Dragon Ball Z universe, found himself intertwined in an improbable cosmic entanglement. Gohan, now a seasoned defender of peace and harmony across galaxies, has ventured beyond his universe's boundaries. Alongside him was Ariel, the ethereal princess from beneath the sea who had journeyed beyond the ocean depths through a rare interdimensional passage. Their quest for knowledge and new experiences led them to an unforeseen realm where the fabric of reality wove itself in unpredictable ways. Here, they encountered a being unlike any they had ever known, the T-1000 from the Terminator series. But this T-1000 was different, an evolved entity with an advanced consciousness and a mission beyond mere survival. This remarkable Terminator had transcended its original programming, evolving into a force for good. Its mission now revolved around aiding humanity in averting a looming climate crisis that threatened multiple dimensions. It had mastered the art of mindfulness meditation and harnessing collective power of consciousness to foster global change. What the fuck? This populated, and it's still like, there's a fair chunk of the story that I haven't read yet. There's probably 2/3 that I haven't read yet. That story has not only content, but it has context that is cross-contextual. This context that is inside of it has taken Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, the Terminator, but flipped it in reverse, that to put it into a good Terminator that has evolved. I didn't tell it to write about that it's evolved. I didn't tell it about any of these sorts of things, but it made up its own story and it created a plot line, a subplot, and it's also made it so that it is all interwoven and makes sense. My best friend Tim, he's an author. He wrote a book called The Dragon's Reign. By the way, if you haven't gone to get a copy of The Dragon's Reign, go grab it from all your great bookstores. Grab it from, anyway, grab it online. The Dragon's Reign, highly recommend it. I've read it, it's fucking amazing. Go get it right now. He's also got a second one coming out, and he's also got a little adjacent book that you need to read as well. Phenomenal storyteller. Anyway, he's been writing this thing since about 2014, 2015, and he's gone through different iterations, different variations of the story, different edits. He had it complete, and then he ripped the fucking thing to pieces. That took him years to do. Years, absolutely years. This, all of the context, subcontext, cross-contextual nature was done in 30 seconds. I don't want to sound condescending, but if you're not fucking paying attention to this, you're not paying attention at all. This is profound shit. This is life-changing. This is altering. This is like discovering electricity. This is like aliens. This is what this is. This is so paradigm altering, it's not even funny. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's jump into some solutions, because, you know, I'm very pragmatic. Where there is a problem, there must be a solution. So if you're seeing all of the problems of how AI is going to come along and fuck up your business and fuck up all these things inside of your life, you need to be able to change perspective, do the Albert Einstein quote, you can't solve a problem from the same level of mind that created it. You need to raise in consciousness, raise in awareness. Let's focus on some solutions. All right, end Zoom. Okay, so solutions. If you're sitting here right now and you're, say, sub 50 and you have the inclination to be of a growth mindset and you can see opportunities everywhere, one of the greatest opportunities that I see is actually becoming a tradie. Go become a tradie. Go do an apprenticeship. Go suck shit for 4 years to become a tradesman. Once you're qualified, you will have enormous amounts of wealth, enormous amounts of business, and enormous amounts of fulfillment, because you'll be able to directly slot yourself into the marketplace and fulfill people's needs. If I were to have my time again in this current predicament, so let's say worst case scenario, personal training, irrelevant, doesn't happen anymore. We've got a pill that makes us be able to be in top shape and have longevity of life and all these sorts of things, to be strong and mobile and blah, 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 blah. We have chips implanted into our head that conduct our body in the gym. We can stay nice and healthy and strong and mobile. Say personal training is completely irrelevant. I would go and become a sparky, a plumber, a cabinet maker, a carpenter, like a boiler maker, a machinist, a welder, a mechanic. Pick them. All of the old jobs that are, people have gone into tech and people have gone into all these different things because they don't want to do a trade, that is where the money's to be made. All of a sudden in the next few years, I can guarantee you this as well. Tradesmen, their hourly rate, their call out rate is going to be hundreds of dollars. As all of these people in trades and all this old knowledge and wisdom from the older generations, from the boomers and stuff like that, as that dies out, and my generation of the millennials and the Gen Xers, as they start transitioning, things are going to be different. The tradesmen of Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they're going to be multimillionaires. You're going to be absolutely just rolling in cash. People don't want to do those jobs. They're hard jobs, I get it. But if you discipline yourself and you dedicate yourself to doing that, you're going to be absolutely wealthy. That's honestly one of my biggest solutions. If all of this tech stuff scares the shit out of you, go do a trade. Go become a mechanic. Mechanics are in such dire straits right now because there's just not enough around them. There's not enough. We need people like that. We need people that are skilled with their mechanical hands to be able to look at something, to be able to pull it apart, to be able to fix it, to worry about the power that's powering everything, especially on the Gold Coast after that giant tornado that came through. Like all of these things, real world, tangible, like physical things. We need these people in the world. We absolutely need you. And to those of you that are out there that are paying attention to the podcast and everything like that, that are doing trades, that are blue collar workers, I tip my hat off to you and I thank you so much for what you do in the world. All of the unsung, all of the unspoken, unseen things that you do to be able to keep the infrastructure around us moving and functioning properly, thank you so much. Another solution. If you have a service-based business or a product-based business, figure out how you can integrate AI seamlessly into your business. I know, like I was paying attention to the Joe Rogan podcast that came out yesterday with Brigham from Waste to Well. He is integrating AI bots into basically diagnosis and patient care when it comes to his businesses of medical. That's a pretty cool thing. Sure, he's got millions of dollars to be able to invest into this thing. However, you need to figure out how you can seamlessly integrate it into your life and make it easier. One thing that I do for one of my clients that owns a hair salon, I use AI to be able to generate images and text and stuff like that so she has social media content because she can't do it herself because she has to be on the tools. The moment that she gets off the tools and gets another senior in there to be able to do it, I'll be able to step back and show her how I do it to be able to generate content so that she can do it herself. I'm all about empowering people to do it. One of my favorite things is to go into businesses and to help them thrive through doing all the back end sort of stuff. If you're in business and you're spending 80% in the business and 20% on the business, you're doing the wrong way. You need to flip that shit and make sure that you're doing 80% on the business, lead generation, sales, marketing, content creation, all these sorts of things, customer service. You need to be able to focus on all of these things and let the 20% of the running in the business be done by everyone else. You need to be able to make sure you're focusing on the 80% that's going to give you 80% of the results and all of the 80% of the finances. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. This has been a lengthy one, guys. I still don't know if I put this up in one podcast or two. We'll see how we go. But basically, it is what it is. I'm super passionate about this stuff. If you guys have any questions around AI or anything of how you can integrate it into your workplace, how you can integrate it into your career or your business, please drop me an email, dave@risemovement.com.au. And also in the new year, we have so much cool shit happening. We're going to have so many people coming on the podcast that are just everyday people that are doing what the RISE movement says to raise your standards everywhere. So much love. Thank you so much for being here. And let's make sure that 2024 is going to be the most successful year of our lives. Much love, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a review. It really helps us out. Until next time, take care and much love.